This right here might have to be one of the best upgrades that I've upgraded to in a very long time. And no word of a lie, it has changed my content quality for the better forever. It has taken me way too long to realise that when it comes to content creation or any sort of videography, that visuals are great and all, but audio is actually more important. Let's be honest, you can record off of a potato and people will still watch it, but if the audio sounds bad, that's when people are going to swipe away. So with that said, I've recently picked up some of these. These are the DJI Mic 2s. Now, there are so many different type of microphones out there, so allow me to explain to you why I went for this option. Firstly, let's talk about how far you can actually still use these things while still being connected to the receiver. DJI says that you can go up to 250 meters away, which in my opinion is plenty. I don't even see why the reasoning you would need to go that far, but if you did, I guess that is a great distance. Although with that being said, you can lose connection if you do go behind a wall or if the receiver isn't facing the transmitter, which I suppose is kind of obvious. I don't know why you would want to be recording audio when the camera don't see you, so I don't see that being a problem. But I suppose with that said, DJI have already thought of this and they have included the inbuilt recording mode. Essentially, you can set these mics to record as soon as they come out of the box. And that way you basically have a backup inside the mic, so you can just plug that in if anything goes wrong, which to me is an absolute huge win. Now, for me, the actual audio quality sounds great. It does have a little bit of compression to it, which I don't mind. Now, whenever it is I am recording, whether it being here in the office or out and about, I want the audio quality to be clear and easy to hear without any distractions. And so with that said, that brings me on to the noise cancellation feature. So to test this out, I've actually brought my drone with me to actually see what the noise cancellation possibilities are. I'm going to let this off in the air and let it hover just above me, and I'm going to record two clips, one with the noise cancellation and one without. And just so you guys are aware, I am wearing a wind muffler or dead cat, whatever you want to call it. That way, if the muffler is doing its job, you shouldn't hear any wind noise. Okay, let's hope I don't crash this because I'm surrounded by trees. Being in the middle of the woods, I've got a high potential of crashing it. Okay, so I don't have this very high above me, but we are currently on the normal mode. So this is what the normal mode sounds like. Let's switch over to the noise reduction mode. There we have it. This is the noise reduction mode. So there should be a difference in sound. Hopefully you shouldn't be able to hear the drone very much. With that said, it is literally right there. It's just off camera. So yeah, this is what noise cancelling mode sounds like using the DJI Mic 2s. Okay, let's bring this down. Sweet. Another great thing to mention is that these microphones record in 32-bit flow. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially like shooting photos in RAW, but for your microphone. So if something goes wrong and you're basically peaking, you have got so much more information there to then dial it down in the editing process. You might as well just think of it as raw audio. There is so many different options that you can dial in for your preferences. For example, like I said earlier, you can have the mic start recording as soon as you take it out of the case. You're able to turn off the little flashing lights that indicate it's working off just in case you don't want that distraction, which personally I don't think I'll ever do because I'll be worried that I won't be recording, but that option is there. There's options like turning on low cut. There's options of how much gain you want to be using. And if you dial that incorrectly, you are going to get some amazing results. Now, with all that said, let's see what DJI have included when you buy one of these. First off, it comes in this small compact bag that you basically fit all your different accessories, including the microphone and the microphone case inside of. So if you ever go out, all you need to do is literally grab this bag and you've got everything there. The actual quality of that bag actually looks and feels very substantial. So it's definitely going to protect everything that's inside of there. In fact, I think it even might be weather resistant. Inside the bag, you get the charging case where the mic and receivers are stored, 2 dead cat or wind deflectors, a cable to connect the transmitter to your camera, and a charging cable to either charge up the mics on their own or the actual charging case that can just charge everything altogether. With that said, inside that charging case, you get the 1 receiver and 2 transmitters, i.e. the mics. There is also a USB-C connector that you can use to basically connect to your phone, and a lightning connector if you've got an older iPhone. As already mentioned, that case can charge up the transmitter and microphones transmitter and microphones. They're both transmitters, the receiver and microphones, and it can provide up to 18 hours of battery, which is absolutely plenty. I don't care what anyone says, you're not going to need to record for 18 hours straight. Put it that way. The one thing I absolutely love about this charging case is when you open it up, you actually can see on the receiver the battery percentage of the two mics and the receiver itself. So if you're ever in doubt, all you have to do is flick open that case and you will see what is charged and what isn't. Now you are able to get and plug in lavalier mics, but they are unfortunately an extra charge. But that option is there if you wanted to be a bit more discreet and hide the microphone. Let's say you're doing an interview or something and you don't want that microphone showing. Well, that option is compatible with these Mic 2s. I mean, it would have been nice if they added that option in there, but I suppose not everyone actually needs them. Now, overall, I personally think these microphones are the best ones out there. They're easy to use, have many different options to dial in your preferred settings. They have that backup recording mode and obviously that 32-bit float for quite literally one of the best audio qualities going. And they just simply sound great and does exactly what it says it does in the package. I'd absolutely love to know what you guys think to these mics in the comments below. So go down there and let me know and let's start a discussion. And just so you're aware, I've been using these mics throughout this whole video. So this is exactly what the microphone sounds like. I've got to have said microphones like 100 times in this video. Has that been ridiculous? Anyway, I thank you all for watching. I hope this video helped. If it did, then make sure you hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Safe.